Well, grab your jacket, get or keys, find that record you please. It's Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure Show. Go, Johnny G, go. Find that rare one you never know at Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure Show.
Cool to the last drop. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live on this Saturday evening, this March 28th already. Holy moly. March 28th, 2026, Vinyl Treasure Show. Glad you can join Johnny G on the All 50s edition. It was kind of cold today. And I don't know, it was kind of sluggish to put the show together. I was looking for some last-minute requests I did not find, but listen, there's always tomorrow. So those of you that did not hear your request tonight, you will hear it tomorrow. I think I have enough to go into the, because we're going to end at 57 tonight. But opened up with that is my selection. I know my mother likes Earl Bostic. He was such a great saxophonist he was, and that was, you may have heard that song too, a cool record, has so many great tunes on the King record label, but that is alto saxophonist Earl Bostic. He was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, had 104 releases on Sid Nathan's King record label. That's a lot of records. Goes way back to 1946, though, recording for Gotham first. I think, though, the majority of his releases came out on King. I had a whole bunch. I was looking for one of Joe Shacatano's requests, which I did find. It'll be in the 57 block. But there were a whole bunch there. There was some Cozy Coles and whatnot, so I was on my phone, and I'm like, let me pick one that's really good. But I like this record. I do. This was a regional hit for him. I think Dick Clark played this on American Bandstand, too. But this was number 21 on KIOA in Des Moines, Iowa. The song originally dates back to 1937 as done by the Wayne King Orchestra on the Victor label. This released November of 57. It's Earl Bostic and his orchestra on King Records and a tune called Josephine. Do we have any Josephines in the chat room tonight? Well, I got to say hello to all the chatters. We're live on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. I want to thank all my listeners that subscribe to the station because we are over 4,000 subscribers. That's great. I want to thank everybody for that. And I got all requests tonight. I got some bonus tracks, some flip sides from last week, and my Collector Corner record. Well, there could have been two, but there's one, and it's from the 1954. Lots of ballads tonight. So if you are a ballad fan, Joe Shakatana, you're going to like tonight's show. But so let's start it off here. Well, this is my pick, and this is always a great record to play here on the Vinyltreasure show. We open up on George Gollner's Rama Records, and this is the group's the fourth release. Well, this is the flip side of Serenade of the Bells. I think there were different flip sides though. Okay, this features Bobby Mansfield on lead. This is a song he wrote. Of course, I'm talking about the Wrens. They're out of the Bronx, New York. But I thought that this is on the flip of different Rama releases. I don't know what George Gollner did with the Wrens by mixing and matching different A and B sides. It was crazy. But anyway, let's open up from November 1955. Bobby Mansfield and the Wrens on the Rama label. It's called Hey Girl. Here we go. The Wrens.
Boo, 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 da 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 da. Hey, 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 girl, what is that, girl? Ooh, you got me crying. Hey, girl, tell me what's the matter with you? Well, now, tell me, pretty baby, what's wrong with you? You don't have to cry because your man is untrue. Tell me if there's anything that I can do. Tell me, pretty baby, what's wrong with you? Hey, girl, what is the matter, girl? Boo, you got me crying too. Hey, girl, tell me what's the matter with you? Well, there's no sense in denying, no, you don't look nice when you're crying. Come on, baby, change that face, 'cause there's a whole lot of guys who like to take his place. Hey, girl, what is the matter, girl? Boo, you got me crying too. Hey, girl, tell me what's the matter with you? Boo, 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 boo. There's no sense in denying, no, you don't look nice when you're crying. Come on, baby, change that face, 'cause there's a whole lot of guys who like to take his place. Hey, girl, what is the matter, girl? Boo, you got me crying too. Hey, girl, tell me what's the matter with you? Boo, 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 tell me.
Yeah, we open up with the sound of the Wrens here on the Vinyltreasure show. Hold on a second, folks. I got to fix this. Why is this screen so small here? And let me close this and let me open this a little bit more. It makes it a little bit bigger, I think. Anyway, Johnny G's still getting used to the new studios here. But there you go. That is Bobby Mansfield and the Wrens on George Goldner's Rama record label. What is their fourth release for the Rama label from November 1955. Hey Girl is the name of the tune. And listen, Jimmy Wright and the orchestra, what a great band to back you up. And that is just a great saxophone. Listen, if you listen to the 1950s, saxophone is the instrument of the night. It is, I think it is tonight. But anyway, and I wonder if, did anybody in the chat room go to the Allentown, PA record show today? I didn't see many. There was somebody posted a live camera view. There were a lot of people there. It was good, but that's always a great show. And I haven't been at the new venue I know some of my listeners were going there. Okay, because if you go there, I always found something, but you got to go there with a lot of money in your pocket to spend, because it's really overwhelming sometimes, especially it depends how many things you're looking for. And I was always looking for a lot of things, so I always found stuff. But maybe Mike Sape, I think you were there. You didn't send me your request, but maybe Mike's tired from the day. I don't know, because it is a grueling day looking for records if you've ever done that. Okay, but I know that people asked if I was going. I wish I could. I would have loved to go. I really would. But it would be more of a social event for me, because I know there's a lot of people there I haven't seen in so many years. I mean, maybe they've seen me on the air. But anyway, we count down the music chronologically here on the weekend shows. So we're going to start it off here with a request for listener Ed Brown. I don't know if I saw Ed Brown in the chat room, but I told him I was going to play this record for him early. He gave me a list of about 5 records, and I said, well, I'll start it off with your first one here. This originally came out on a 78 originally, and then I think later on Savoy Records put it out on a 45, but it was not out on a 45 originally. This recorded in Los Angeles, California on December 1st of 1949, for Herman Lubinsky's Savoy label by the Johnny Otis Quintet. And at the time, the Johnny Otis Quintet included Johnny Otis on vibes, Devonia Williams on piano, Pete Lewis on guitar, Mario Delgarde on the bass, and the session singers that day, December 1st, were Little Esther was in the studio along with the Robins, and they were Ty Terrell, tenor, Billy Richard, Roy Richard, baritone, and Bobby Nunn, the bass. And this song written by Johnny Otis, and it's a duet between Little Esther and Bobby Nunn. And they released this in January of 1950, originally on a 78, and then I think maybe subsequent the next year, I think when Savoy started pressing up 45s, it came out on a 45. But this is a request for listener Ed Brown, January 1950. Here are the Robins with Little Esther and Bobby Nunn doing the vocals on Savoy. It's called Double Crossin' Blues. Here you go, Ed, for you.
Been looking for you, Daddy. I just found you in time. You hit some other woman and you swore that you were mine. What's the matter, Daddy? Don't my kisses satisfy? If I don't thrill you, baby, goodness knows how hard I've tried. Folks say that you've been cheating, and how I see it's true. But I can't quit you, baby, 'cause I'm so in love with you. me why. If I don't thrill you, baby, goodness knows all I've tried.
You stayed out last night. Say you were playing cards. Can't understand it, baby. What make your big fat head so hard? I'm gonna leave you, and there's no need for you to cry. Well, if I can't satisfy you, baby, well, goodness knows how I tried.
You should be out in the forest fighting a big old grizzly bear.
How come you ain't out in the forest?
I'm a lady.
They got lady bears out there.
Oh, baby, I can't use you anymore.
Well, if you can't use me, mama, don't let nobody come out that back door. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye.
Boy, listen, I'm trying to get all the names, and Johnny G is, oh, yeah, that's better. That's much better. Okay, I couldn't see my screen, you know. Anyway, there you go. But there you go. That's a cool tune. We'll say released in January of 1950. I have it on a 45. I have it on a 78 also. That's the Johnny Otis Quintet. And in the studio there with Little Esther and Bobby Nunn on the vocals, and the Robins backing them up on that. Double Crossin' Blues is the name of the tune. That one they're going out to listener Ed Brown. That's on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records out of Newark, New Jersey. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you are new to this program, please consider subscribing. We want to get up. We want to start moving on to 5,000 subscribers. And I picked up a lot last week, and I really got to thank everybody for that. If you do have a request for a future Vinyl Treasure show, you can email Johnny G at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number. You can still get your requests in for tomorrow, okay? Anything from 1950, I got a cough today, I don't know why. Anything from 1958 through probably 1960, what are we ending in? I wonder if I got a 63, I think. I didn't really do the lineup yet. I'll do that probably sometime tonight, but let us continue here. And let's fill a request for listener James Stone. Thank you for your email, James Stone. This group hails from Hampton, Virginia originally, but they've been around a long time. They go way, way back, this group. But this is an old master, okay? An old master, because both sides of this 45 were recorded in 1951. I think it was, Charlene doesn't have it here, December 20th, I think, 1951. And for Joe Davis, okay, and let's see here, it doesn't say what I wanted. Actually, in December of 1951, now in February of 52, okay, on the Beacon label, Joe Davis's Beacon label, they featured a song by this group, the Deep River Boys, called Truthfully. Okay, which I think was their third release on the Beacon label. But for some reason, he put this out in February of 1954 on his JD label. He re-released it with a different flip side, okay, which actually is the A side of this record that was requested by James Stone. Okay, so this tune written by Joe Davis, it's released in February of 54, recorded in December of 51. These are the Deep River Boys on the JD label. and I haven't played this. I had the record for years in the box. Surik sold me this. Okay, the Deep River Boys. It's called No One Else Will Do. This is going out to listener James Stone. Here you go, James, for you, the Deep River Boys.
The moment that I saw you, my heart made up its mind. No one else will do. No one else will do. You were sent for me. You were sent for me. No one else but you. No one else but you could be meant for me. At last, for once in life, I'm in love, it's plain to see. For the first and last time, I found the one for me. No one else will do. No one else will do. Near or far apart. Near or far apart. No one else but you. No one else but you. I knew from the start. Knew from the start. No other one beneath the sun could make my dreams come true. No one else will do. No other one beneath the sun could make my dreams come true. No one else but you. Sweetheart. No one else will.
Yeah, if you like the early sides, you've come to the right place on Saturday evenings right here on Oldies and More Radio. Also live on the YouTube stream. That one there going out to James Stone in our YouTube chat room. That's a February 54 release on Joe Davis's JD record label. That's the sound of the Deep River Boys. Deep River Boys, No One Else Will Do is the name of the tune. The flip side of that is Truthfully, the re-release of that from originally, 1952, I think. Anyway, let us continue here for a Saturday evening. We move into 1953. We go to Baltimore, Maryland this time for the sound of the Swallows and fill a request for listener Davy Heck. This is their 9th of 11 for Sid Nathan's King record label. And this tune written by Henry Glover. Now, this features Norris Mack on lead. I think it's the bass, on this, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. May 1953. Here you go, Davy. The Swallows on King. It's called Bicycle Tilly. Here you go, Davy, for you, the Swallows.
Got a bike by the name of Tilly, cutest thing that you'll ever see. Got a bike by the name of Tilly that my mama brought for me. Got to grease all the old barbarians, want no rust on them at all. Gotta grease all the old barbarians, so I'll never, never stall. I ain't pumped Tilly in a long time, gonna pump Tilly tonight.
Gonna pump till he right down the line, right till he out of sight. When I put on my brand new pedal, she'll ride so doggone smooth. Well, I must put on my pedal, then no Tilly's in the groove. Well, I ain't pumped Tilly in a long time. Gonna pump Tilly tonight. Gonna pump Tilly right down the line, right Tilly out of sight. It's my bike by the name of Tilly, fastest thing that I ever rode. It's my bike by the name of Tilly that can carry such a load. Well, I ain't pumped Tilly in a long time. Gonna pump Tilly tonight. I'm gonna pump Tilly right down the line, right Tilly out of sight. I'm gonna ring her bell tonight. I'm gonna tighten the screws on Tilly and ride with all my might. Well, I ain't pumped Tilly in a long time. Gonna pump Tilly tonight. Gonna pump Tilly right down the line. Gonna pump, 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 pump Tilly out of sight.
Oh, Johnny G really getting caught here. I was trying to read. I saw Mike Sape. How did you do at Allentown? Did you see any of my peers in Allentown? I'm sure you did. Hope you did well, Mike. Anybody that goes, really, you really do get some of your want list filled when you go to Allentown. Now, I would like to go and meet Mike. I'm sure you were there with Randy, I think, Mike. I hope so. Take some photos. If anybody took any photographs, send them to me because I'll show them here on the program. I can show photographs if you send them to me. I put them here on the. We'll look at. We'll see who's there. That's what we should have done. Anyway, there you go. That one there going out to Davey Hecht and excuse me, their ninth release on Sid Nathan's Federal King record label. Those are the Swallows. The Swallows with Norris Mack on lead, May 1953. Bicycle Tilly is the name of the tune. John G's got to go back on the bicycle. It's over there, folks. Okay, not getting any use, but I have to do that. Johnny G has to become healthier. Okay, so I can continue doing this program. Let us continue now. We are in the 1953 block. Let's fill a request for a listener, Karen Efron, in our YouTube chat room. Okay, and she requested the 5 keys as we go to Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label, the great sound of the 5 keys, originally from Newport News, Virginia. And this was the group's 12th release. They recorded this on May 23rd, 1951, and Aladdin released it in September of 51. So I would have wanted to move this up a little bit, Charlene. This tune written by the lead singer on this. His name is Dickie Smith. Dickie Smith on lead, September 53 release. The 5 keys on the Aladdin record label. It's called Teardrops in Your Eyes, going out to Karen Efron in our YouTube chat. Here you go, Karen, for you.
There's teardrops in your eyes. I wonder why. I wonder why. The smile used to seem, darling, it's not my darling, please tell me why.
Please tell me why.
Oh, yes, it's the sadness, darling, the sadness in your eyes makes me sigh, makes me sigh. If I've done wrong, just let me do my best and try to dry those teardrops in your eyes.
Well, they seem to like that one there in the YouTube chat room. There we go. By request, the great sound of the Five Keys. The Five Keys on Aladdin. That is Dickie Smith on lead. He also wrote the tune. And that one there from released in September of 1953. Teardrops in Your Eyes is the name of the tune. You know, sometimes trying to find these Five Keys records clean are very difficult to do. I still need a better copy of the first press of Oh Babe. I still need that. I got the shiny label, but I don't like the condition, and I can't find on a 45. Okay, one of the first ones, one of the odd ones with the flip side of Hucklebuck, whatever. I don't have that one, and I don't have Red Sails in the Sunset. I have them on 78, and I have that lone record that they do that only came out on a 78. But they were at one time and they still are. They're a great group, but they were really top for the old time collectors. The Five Keys were a big group for them, and they still are big. Of course, a great group. Let us continue. That was for Karen Efron. As we continue here, and here is a bonus track. I picked some bonus tracks. We seem to have a very lively crowd usually even on Wednesday night's crowd, I think. But I think it's the weekend crowds. Maybe lots of people go out to drink and have a little bit of wine. Well, I should say go out to eat and have a little bit of wine with their meals, and kind of relates to this next record here. This is a bonus track here. We always feature this group from Harlem, New York. Okay, now the interesting thing is that it's really easy to miss this record, and I did one time on a 78 because the flip side is by Molino. So if you see something that says, you think it's like some kind of, salsa Latin thing, mambo thing, so you can easily miss it. But it's on George Gollner's Tico label, which was and he was married to a Latino, so he was into lots of salsa and mambos and that type of music too. But it ends up this group from Harlem, New York, recorded on the Tico label. This one came out in 1954. It's actually, there was a commercial, on television. The song was inspired from a wine commercial for Manischewitz wine. If anybody's ever drinking, I don't drink Manischewitz wine. Okay, maybe some of you out there have. But this is George Gollner's, the Crows, they were signed with George Gollner. And this is on his Tico label, Tico subsidiary. And it's called A Mambo Novelty. It's with Molino and his orchestra. It features Daniel Sonny Norton on lead, and this comes both on red vinyl and black vinyl. I have it both ways because I'm a completist. But here's a bonus track from April 54, the Crows on Tico with Mamboshevitz. Man, oh man. Here you go, a bonus track. The Crows.
Man, oh man, that music, baby, dig that beat. Like a glass of wine, it's so cool and sweet. Gets my pulse a pulsing and then my feet always start to do the Mamboshevitz. Man, oh man, that rhythm, listen to that drive. Like a swarm of bees, baby, it's alive. When the joint don't move, you gotta hop and hop. When you start to do the Mamboshevitz, just flip your psycho illy hat and fire you will call. Flame that thing like a man. that mambo, baby, it's the most. It's the reason rumba's giving up the ghost. So break out the wine and let's drink a toast to the best there be, the mambo Chevets. Just flip your sacroiliac and fire you will call. Fling that thing like a maniac.
Baby, let's have us a ball.
Man, oh man, that mambo, baby, it's the most. It's the reason rumba's giving up the ghost. So break out the wine and let's drink a toast to the best there be, the dance for you and me. It's the mambo Chevets, man, oh man. Mambo Chevets, man, oh man.
Okay, folks, Johnny G getting caught here. Hold on a second. Got to put this repro up. Anyway, there you go. That is a bonus track there by the Crows. Daniel Sonny Norton on lead. The Crows, April 1954. It's on George Golner's Tico label. Mambo Chevets is the name of the tune. Man, oh man, what a wine. Never drank it, and I really don't want to. I mean, I'll take other wine too. I'll have a glass of wine from time to time, not often, but maybe I'll be doing that for Easter. I don't know. We'll see. But let us continue here, and we are in the 1954. Actually, I forgot to mention we're in the 1954 block. Now, rarely did I ever play reproductions on the show. Rarely did. One of my listeners convinced me to do it. They said, well, a lot of people don't know these records, even if they are very rare. And this one happens to be very rare, although I would probably go for it if there was a 45 out to do it. I think somebody had a cracked copy of this, but I'm not paying. I'm not buying a cracked record. No way. I wouldn't mind having this on a 78. I would, but I have it on I don't know when I bought this. I paid, what, $2 or $2.50, $3 for this many years ago in the mid 1970s, when I was buying at the time reproductions of records that I thought I would never get. And of course, this is one I never got. I don't think Greg had this either, because it really is a hard record to find. And the first time I heard it was on the Time Capsule show. We'll talk about that soon. But anyway, this is a request for listener John Ronayne. So I exhausted your request, John, so you're going to have to send me some more, because the other ones were 78s, which I do not have. But we go to Philadelphia for this group. I think this is their debut single. Okay, they recorded for Thomas Robinson's Atlas label. And I don't know, Don, when you were in there, did you see any of these in the stock back then? I don't know. I would doubt it. This is a rare record if you have it on original. I, of course, do not. But at that time, they were known as the Revels Quartet. Okay? And the group included Henry Colclough, John Grant, Sam Hart, and William Jackson, and John Henry Jones Jr. and Walter Miller, all those people. Okay? And this tune is written by Henry Colclough, who is doing lead on this. And again, I don't have this on an original, but I'm going to play it. The other one I could probably play is the Coins, but I just kind of frown from it because it's not even great fidelity. I mean, really. And I could play it off of a CD potentially, but I don't want to do that. Listen, I take pride in playing original 45s here on the program, but we're going to play it anyway. So at least I'm sure many of you younger listeners have never heard this. But this is from 1954. This is going out to John Ronayne. It's the Revels Quartet. Revels Quartet on Thomas Robinson's Atlas Records. And the song is called... Is that the right side I have? Charlene, is that? Hold on a second. I got the right side here. I want to make sure I got the right side. Charlene, do I have the right side up? Hold on. I want to make sure I don't mess this up. You got to forgive me, folks. Let's see. For John, I got to check it. I might have the wrong side for John. Oh, love. I do have the wrong side. He wants Love My Baby. I'm sorry. Good thing I checked. John, messed you up. Here you go. It's called Love My Baby. I was going to play the wrong side for you, John. Here you go, John, for you.
Cadillac.
Left my speaker on there, which was not good if you heard any reverb there. But anyway, there you go. You know that song? You might be familiar with the tune because who covered that? The Crystals on Aladdin, the girl group, covered that, and also the Maharajas. I think they did it on Flip, if I'm not mistaken. But there you go. That group out of Philadelphia there, the Revels Quartet. That's their debut single from 1954 on the Thomas Robinson's Atlas Records out of New York City. Love My Baby is the name of the tune. I had the ballad all queued up. I thought it was the ballad that John picked. Marvin Pod said he likes it. But I wish like I said, folks, I wish I had that on an original. I do not. The only other I guess, boots I've played on this program were the Cezanne's Pardon Me, which is like one of my top wants. And the other one was, well, I ended up getting the record eventually, Bohemian Daddy, which was so, I guess you can't consider the Relic release really a boot. It was a reissue. But those were the only records. And then since I did one of the countdowns, one of the relic countdowns, I didn't have some of the records, so I played them. And I said in those cases, I'll do it. But I haven't played that Coins on G. I don't have that. That's one I do not have. And then one of the single artists, which is good. If I saw those records, I would pick them up at any price. Anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are in the 1954 block. Let's fill a request for Record Ralph in Syracuse, who was in our YouTube chat room. This gal is from Portsmouth, Virginia. Okay, her real name was Ruth Weston. We feature her often here on the 50s show and also in the 60s show, too, with some requests. But here is Ruth Brown. So many great sides she recorded for the Atlantic label beginning in 1949. This is her 20th release. This charted this was charted. It was made the pop charts, Charlene. I know it was a #1 R&B tune from July of 1954. Ruth Brown and the Rhythm Makers, Charlene, you got to put on this. Ruth Brown and the Rhythm Makers on Atlantic Records. And the song is called Please Don't Freeze. It's going out to Record Ralph. Here you go. Ruth Brown.
Beep, bop, beep, bop, beep, bop, beep, bop.
Please don't freeze on me.
Bop, beep, bop.
Please don't freeze on me.
Bop, beep, bop.
When the sun goes down and the moon comes out, you've got the kind of loving that I can't do without. But please don't freeze on me. Baby, I love the things you say. Could listen to you talking all day. But all that sweet talk that you do don't mean a thing if you can't follow through. Kiss me right and I'll feel a glow. If there isn't any glow, then you got to go. You're a real cool daddy. When you try to please, you can be cool daddy, but don't freeze, please. Don't freeze on me. Don't freeze on me. You must fight if you will be mean if you want to. I'll love you still, but please don't freeze on me. I don't care if you fool around, daddy, but you'd better not cool down, daddy. Yes, you better keep a hot flame burning. If you don't know how, you better learn it. I'll give you everything I've got if you keep your loving hot. Ooh, I like the way you rock and roll. Knock wood, ooh, you thrill my soul. Please don't freeze on me. Please don't freeze on me. Please, please don't freeze on me.
That is Ruth Brown and the Rhythm Makers. I think, yes, it's Rhythm Makers, right? Yeah. And that one there going out to listener Record Ralph in our YouTube chat room. Please Don't Freeze is the name of the tune, July 1954, and one of her many releases on the Yellow and Black. Well, she's on a whole bunch of great releases she does on the Atlantic record label. You know, there was a dance called, I never did it. I don't know how you would do the dance. Anybody remember a dance called The Freeze? It was kind of like a pop thing that was out, 1958? Was called The Freeze. But can you name any other records that had Freeze in the title? I don't know. I couldn't. Anyway, let us continue here. Up next is our Collector Corner Record of the Week. I guess it was a toss-up. Well, this one, I guess, at one time this record was impossible to find. I think there were a small quantity that were found, and I don't know exactly when that was. But both their releases were difficult to find at one time as we go to Detroit, Michigan for the Collector Corner. Had 2 releases on Monroe Horn's Your Copy label. This is their first of 2. Okay, they record the sound quality is not the greatest because they recorded this in the back room of Joe's record store, which was in downtown Detroit at the time. And the tune is written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Jerry Potter. This is from 1954, our Collector Corner record of the week. The Fascinators. Plays better on a 78, folks. It does. The Fascinators on Your Copy. It's called The Bells of My Heart, our Collector Corner record of the week. Here you go. The Fascinators.
Dong, ding dong, ding ding dong, ding dong, ding ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding ding dong, bells of my heart, they ring a song of love, a song to be heard by all of the angels above. Ding dong, ding dong, bells of my heart, they tell a story so true, a story of my love for you that fills my heart anew. In all my lonely dreams, I have never felt the way I do. And as I listen, the bells they seem to say that you love me too. Well, baby, please let them ring, for they ring a love so divine, a love that will always remain, because they say you're mine. Ding dong, ding dong, you're mine.
You know, vibes were used quite a bit in early rhythm and blues. It was, I think it's a cool thing. I mean, you know, once in a while, I'm not saying every record should be like that, but I think it sounds cool to my ears. There you go. That's our Collector Corner record of the week. I didn't see that. I got to double check. Usually when I check my, I check these 45s onto 45 Cat, and I try to click that I have a copy of it. You can go there. I know John Ingstrom checks my posts every week of records that I play, both on Soul, when I do my Soul show, and when I do the weekend shows. I try to at least identify that I have a copy. John doesn't really count, I think, sometimes, but anyway, but he's got the recording of it anyway. But there you go, the Fascinators, their first of 2 on the Your Copy label from 1954. The Bells of My Heart is the name of the tune. Jerry Potter is on lead. They would have a one last release, which I do not have. I have a reproduction of it on Blue Lake. Okay, so don't request that record because I don't have an original on that, nor is 78. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you are new to this program, just finding out about the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. We picked up a lot of subscribers last weekend. We got over the 4,000 hump. I think that's a pretty good achievement. I've been here since, well, I should say I've been doing this show here on YouTube since 2015. They are starting to block lots of my older videos for some reason. I don't understand why they're doing that. But anyway, let us continue. We are in 1954. Let's fill a request for listener Bill Sheriff in our YouTube chat room. And to me, this sounds like a girl duet with a male group backing. Okay, or male group backing them up on this, and the group is called the Polka Dots. I don't know if I would call my group the Polka Dots, but this is on the Bahari Brothers Modern Records record label out of California. The writers of this are Atkin, Salisbury, and Davis. Now, I thought possibly it could be the Crowns backing them up on this 45. Right before this release, as far as the Matrix numbers go, it was Arthur Lee May and the Crowns had Set My Heart Free and I Wanna Love. That was I think the recording just prior to this. But anyway, let me see. Well, maybe they're not that close. Well, they are. Well, the Matrix numbers are not close. What does that mean? What did I write there? I wrote this, Charlene. I don't even know what the hell I wrote. But November 1954 going out. If you know anything about this, Bill, let me know about this group. November 54, the Polka Dots on Modern Records. It's called Stairway to Love. Here you go, Bill, for you, the Polka Dots.
To
Johnny G getting caught trying to say hello to some people in the chat room there. But there you go. Listen, that is like a la Teen Queens, but they're not the Teen Queens, but there's a male vocal group backing them up. I thought possibly it might be the Crowns, maybe. I don't know, but they're called the Polka Dots. That when they're going out to listener Bill Sheriff in our YouTube chat, and that was released in November of 1954 on the Modern record label. Plays pretty nice. Sometimes these moderns don't play so well, but that one does play nice. But let us continue now, and let's fill a request for David Vilma in our YouTube chat. Now, David, I'm not that I'm surprised, but from requests from 1973 and then requests from 1954, I think that's pretty cool because, David, you have eclectic taste is how I call it. But David requested this group out of Hartford, Connecticut. They began recording in late 1949 with 3 releases on the Lee label, Lee Records, and they're all on a 78. Okay, they would have 3 more on Sittin' In With. Then in mid-1953, they signed with Decca Records for 3 more releases. This is their very last release, their 3rd release for the Decca folks. It features Scott King on lead from July 54. Going out to David Vilma in our YouTube chat room. Here are the Shadows. The Shadows on Decca. It's called Better Than Gold. Here you go, David, for you, the Shadows.
The story I read in your wonderful eyes is better than gold.
Better than gold.
The song that I hear in your heavenly sigh is better than gold.
Better than gold.
A miracle has happened. I'm rich beyond compare. The first time that I saw you, I became a millionaire. The dream that I see when you're smiling at me is better than gold.
Better than gold.
The flame in my heart will go on endlessly and never grow cold.
Never grow cold.
Oh, world can't have the pleasure of counting its wealth untold. For I have the great treasure of all, a love that's better than gold.
The dream that I see when you're smiling at me
Is so better than gold.
The flame in my heart will go on endlessly.
And it'll never run cold.
The world can have the pleasure
of counting its wealth untold. For I have the greatest treasure of all, a love that's better than gold. A love that's better than gold.
There you go. That one there going out to David Vilma in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Shadows. That's their third release on the Decca record label, Better Than Gold. That one there features Scott King on lead from July of 1954. And I found also, well, listen, James Stone, your friend found that in the wild. I found that in the wild too for a quarter. Well, in the early days of my collecting, I mean, I didn't have any money. So the only thing I would go out to all these flea markets and garage sales. And back then, at least in the early 1970s, you were able to find stuff at these. Now, forget about it. If I go to a garage sale today, the chances of me finding something from the 1950s are slim and none, and slim left town. You may be finding some 80s, maybe some 70s possibly, or I guess you can find some stuff in the 1960s if the people are... They're senior citizens now, of course, so if you're going to go, well, we're all seniors. Well, I'm not going to speak for the young folk in my chat room, but I guess I got to consider myself, once you turn 65, I think you're considered a senior citizen. I don't know. I think 62 maybe on some counts. But anyway, it's always great finding records out in the wild for, I'm telling you, I was shaking when I found the Swans on Steamboat right down the street, down there. I was like, holy moly, I think this is a rare record. Where'd you get these records? How much are they? Oh, they're 5 cents a piece. I said, what? Anyway, I'd babble on here, but let us continue here. We are in the 1954 block. This is the last record in 1954. We fill a request for listener James Brown in our YouTube chat room. We head to Detroit, Michigan, to the legendary Fortune record label, Devorah Brown's Fortune label. And this is probably the biggest seller on the label that James requested by the Diablos. Now, the group included Bob Chico Edwards, Quentin Eubanks, Juan Gutierrez, Willie Hunter, and lead singer, of course, Nolan Strong. Now, the first time I ever heard this song was on the Gus Gossard Show. This is the group's second release that James requested. Now, we're going to do kind of like a battle of the groups. We'll talk more about it after I play this, but I'm going to follow it up with a 1960 version of the song as done by the Jesters, because the Jesters also recorded this tune for Paul Winley's Winley label, okay? And I guess kind of when Fortune found out about the release of the Jesters, they would re-release the record again. It comes out on multiple colors on the Fortune label. You saw the original purple copy, which kind of plays with a hiss. This blue one plays much nicer, I think. But anyway, we're going to follow it up with the Jesters release, which came out in May of 1960, that actually charted. The Jesters version charted at number 110 on the Billboard Hot 100, but a number 3 record on WDON in Wheaton, Maryland. Okay, with the high falsetto voice of Adam Jackson on the lead. So it's a battle of the groups. Up first, the Diablos with Nolan Strong on lead from September 54 on Fortune, and following it up by the Jesters from May of 1960, and they're doing the tune The Wind. Here you go. This one here first for James Brown in our YouTube chat room. Here you go, James.
that the winds bring to me. I remember her sweet kiss in the cool summer breeze as she lay warm and tender in my arms. Darling, when a star falls, I wish for you. And darling, when I see lovers making love, then I long for you. And when the summer's rich colors are shimmering across the mountains and the valleys, then darling, I look for you. And even until the heavens above can no longer exist, even until then, shall I still love you? I know she has gone, but my love lingers on in a dream that the winds bring to me.
I wish for you. And darling, when I see lovers making love, then I long for you. And when the sun and the stars are shining above the mountain and the valley, then darling, I look for you. And even until the heavens above can no longer exist, even till then, I shall still love you.
I know she has gone, but my love, it lingers on in a dream that the wind brings to me.
Okay, there you go. A battle of the groups there. Okay, listen, you're talking 6 years later now, 1954 versus 1960. So there is a big difference as far as the sound quality of the music and whatnot. But first up, we heard from September 1954. The original version there is done by Nolan Strong and the Diablos, their second release on the Fortune record label out of Detroit, The Wind, and followed it up by the Jesters. Okay, the Jesters out of Harlem, New York, their fifth of 7 for Paul Winley's Winley label. The Jesters with The Wind, May 1960 release. Which brings us to this announcement. I want to say that I know many of you out there, many of my listeners are have listened to the Time Capsule show before, and you know that once a year, Joe Marchesani does his Time Capsule diaries. And he sent, I think he sends out an email blast on it. So in case any of my listeners would like to tune into the program, you really should check it out, because Joe is, kind of one of the Tom and Joe, the originators of the Time Capsule show, and they would play all this music. And we're talking about early stuff. They rarely got into the later 1950s. They were playing early stuff, and all on 78s too in the beginning. Okay, but he sent out this. I told Tom that I told Joe that I would read this out. So here is his email. And again, if anybody wants this, I will forward this to you. Just email Johnny G at vinyltreasures@aol.com. So Joe says this: well, hi everybody, how are you? It's that time of the year again as we celebrate the March beginning of the old Time Capsule show, exactly 63 years ago, with a modern version of the show called Time Capsule Discoveries. I said diaries, it's Discoveries. Okay, thanks to Tony Fournier of the Vocal Group Harmony website, I'm able to share my love of the music once a year. I try to play what is, in my opinion, high-quality vocal group harmony music that I don't believe Tom or I played on the original Time Capsule show. This year, I do 4 battles of the group, which kind of gave me this idea because I listened today to his show, where the first song is one we played, which I thought was cool. I told him that. But the second, I believe, was never played on the program. And I sincerely hope you enjoy the 2026 version. Please let me know what you think if you have a chance. My email is at the bottom of the website page. And it says this is the 2026 Time Capsule Discoveries show at vocalgroupharmony.com. If you go there, you'll see it. There's 2 downloads there. I used the second one. I downloaded each one, and it's about 48 minutes each part 1 and part 2. And I really was kind of taken back. Well, really, thank you, Joe, for Annette, because he mentioned me on. Listen. He doesn't have a lot of time to put together the show, but really he mentioned me on that program, and I really appreciate that, Joe, immensely. But if anybody wants this link, okay, or wants this, you can email Johnny G. It really was an enjoyable show, really. And it kind of brought back memories to me because I was a young teenager, listening. 1971, I didn't know any of the records that were played back then. So, and he was talking about the some other shows and whatnot that still play the music and have been on longer than the Time Capsule show. So I really want to thank Joe for that. So if you want me to send you the link, I will send you the link, and you can tune into at your leisure because it's there on the. And plus, his other shows are there too. So you can check it out. It was a blast in the past for Johnny G, but that's what gave me that idea to do that battle of the group there. So I want to thank Joe for that. But anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show and fill a request now for Edmund Williams in Queens, New York, and also for Casey Hines in Paris. And this group hails from New Haven, Connecticut. They had 4 releases on Bobby and Danny Robinson's Red Robin record label, and this is their 3rd release. Okay, tune written by the first tenor of the group, Sylvester Hopkins, and the lead singer on this. His name is Fred Paris. Of course, he would later become the lead of the Five Satins, but prior to that, he was the lead singer of this group, the Scarlets, from February 55. I'm wondering if I should put the 78 needle on this. Let's see, because I didn't think this was my cleanest copy of this, but because some of these Red Robins play with surface noise. Anyway, February 55 going out to Edmund Williams. Here are the Scarlets on Red Robin. It's called True Love. Here you go, Edmund, for you, the Scarlets. Yeah, February 1955 release there by request for Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. That's the sound of the Scarlets there. Fred Paris on lead. Fred Paris and the Scarlets, their 3rd of 4 for Red Robin Records. True Love is the name of the tune. That's a great record. So is The Flip, a song called Cry Baby. Of course, the Bonnie Sisters would have a big hit with that record, or New York hit, but it was first done by Fred Paris and the Scarlets. Johnny G is your Saturday night disc jockey. I'm here from till about midnight tonight. I'll be back tomorrow evening. We're going to pick up in the 1958 block, and we'll probably go to 63 or 64. I have to see. I don't know if I got anything from 64, but it's basically vocal group harmony. I might have some rockabilly tomorrow in the program, and I have a blues record tonight for Timbo C in the 56 block. I think I'm trying to think what else I got. But anyway, let us continue here. Again, if you are new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm contemplating, Charlene doesn't want me to do a show on Thursday because I thought I would be doing a show Thursday, maybe a 78 show, because she's got to be somewhere. She doesn't want to miss the show. I said, Charlene, but it's on 78. She goes, I don't care. I don't want to miss it. So I don't know. Maybe I don't think I can do it on Friday. Okay, I won't Easter Sunday I will not be here. But I'm contemplating, though, I may do it because I don't want the 1958 crowd and later to miss out. So I may do that show Monday evening. Okay, so if you're going to be around on Monday evening around 9 o'clock, maybe you'll tune in. That'll be the 1958 thing, but I can't do it. I'm going to, because we got arrangements for Easter. Anyway, let us continue here. We are in the 1955 block. Let's fill a request for listener James Pomerico as we go to Leonard Allen's United Records. We head up to Chicago, Illinois, as the lead singer on this is an ex-Flamingo. Okay, his name is Solly McElroy. He's doing lead on this. He was originally a member of the Flamingos, but he would leave the group to join this group called the Moroccos. And what is this one here? This one's from November of 1955. I don't know which one this is in their series, Charlene, but it's from November 55. Here are the Moroccos on United going out to James Pomerico, their rendition of the tune Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Here you go, James, for you, the Moroccos.
Somewhere over, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I dream of, once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies of blue, and a dream that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney top. That's where you find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly somewhere, birds fly over the rainbow. Why? Oh, why? Why can't I?
Yeah, November 1955. And listen, that usually some of these Uniteds don't play the greatest. That side plays nice. The Morocco's there, going out to listener James Pomerico. That's their first of 4 on Leonard Allen's United Records out of Chicago. The great Solly McElroy on lead. The Morocco's with their rendition of the tune Somewhere Over the Rainbow. The side that I played was I played Red Hots and Chili Mac not too long ago for listener David Fields. I think on the February 28th show, 2026. I played that for Dave, the flip of that. Anyway, there you go as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we stay in 1955 and fill requests for Oldies fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room, and he requested the Moonglow's second release on Leonard Chess's Chess record label. This was their follow-up to Sincerely. It was a big R&B hit for the group, and this tune written by group members Harvey Fuqua. Well, I should say, I'll say well, Alan Freed wasn't a group member, but he gets writer credit on this, I guess because he was the manager, and I'm sure he played this record on his Wins program. It features Bobby Lester on lead. Great sound here from February 55 going out to Joseph Smith in our YouTube chat room. The Moonglows on Chess. It's called Most of All. Here you go, Joseph, for you, the Moonglows.
Do, 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 do.
Most of all, I want your warm embrace. No one can take your place. I need you most of all.
Do, 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 do.
Most of all, I want your sweet caress. Truly, I must confess, I need you most of all. When I sleep at night, I dream wonderful dreams of you. And when I awake, no one's there, and that's why I'm so blue. Most of all, the one thing I miss the way we used to kiss. I need you most of all. When I sleep at night, I dream wonderful dreams of you. And when I awake, no one's there, and that's why I'm so blue. Most of all, the one thing that I miss the way we used to kiss. I need you most.
Well, they like that one there in the YouTube chat room. That one there going out to Oldies fan Joseph Smith. The Sound of the Moonglows, great sound of Bobby Lester on lead in the Moonglows, and that was their follow-up to Sincerely, a song entitled Most of All, February 1955, released on Chess Records. My aunt used to sing that record, not that she had the 45. She used to listen to Alan Freed, so she knew the record, but she had it on, I think, Murray the K something. It was like either for Golden Gassers or Submarine Race Watchers or one of those chess compilation LPs. She had a number of them. She had a number of compilation LPs in her collection. She used to buy the Art Laboe Oldies But Goodies series, some of the Morris Levy Roulette ones too, and a couple of the other oddball ones. Like later on in the soul, she had one on Jamie Records, like with kind of soul groups like the Fantastic Johnny C. and Barbara Lynn and other things that came out on the Jamie label. But if she didn't have the records, and she had a lot, she was listen, if you're a young teenager and you're 16 or you're 15 and you got 800 and something records in your collection, that's a lot of records. I mean, so of course she was buying things that she didn't hear on the radio either, just things that she liked in her ear. And I told you, when she used to buy from the jukebox, the distributor that used to go to all the jukeboxes here in town, a 25 count box, really starting in the late 50s, and she would play them. And then when I was young, and she goes, well, here, put these on the turntable. So I'd put them on, like I had a General Electric Victrola, like the ones that you can open up with the two speakers that separate out. So and it had an adapter, kind of those weird adapters that go like this. And I stacked the records on. And so she would say to me, well, I don't like that record. If you want it, you can have it. So I'd say, well, I want that record, whatever. So, and then she would give the others away, of course. But she kept most of them. But anyway, I babble on here. Let us continue here for a Saturday evening. And let's do a bonus track as we go back to Chicago. This is Johnny G's pick as we go to the Theron record label. Now, this is the debut single for this group. They were known as the Marvellos. Not that I have much information on this, okay, but this is a song that I first heard on the Time Capsule show. I ended up getting a nice copy. I forget. I think either Jerry Diaz or Spence sold me this. And this record, I was going to use it as a collector corner record, but I didn't pay as much as it went for, I don't know, a couple of years ago. It went for like 4 figures. I was surprised. But Big Dave Swinger, you are right. This is an RCA press, and they play pretty nice. The last two that I featured were Monarch presses, so those are nice, clean vinyl, and they sounded really great. That's why they did. But anyway, let's give it a spin here. A bonus track, December 1955, the Marvellos on Theron. It's called You're the Dream, a bonus track. Here you go, folks.
You're the dream, you set my soul on fire too. You're the dream, you are my one desire too. You're the dream, you're the one for me, one for me. Ooh, you're the dream, you are my one desire. for me. Your beautiful vision I see. He tells me that you're the one for me. Your lips are as sweet as a rose. So darling, we may meet, who knows? Oh, oh. Ooh, you're the dream. You send my soul on fire too. You're the dream. You are my one desire too. You're the dream. You're the one for me.
As a bonus track here on the Vinyltreasure show, there you go. I picked that one. That one there, the Marvellos, December 1955 on Theron Records. You're the Dream is the name of the tune. And what else? This is the same group also that recorded for the Stephanie and I think also the Marvello labels. I'm pretty sure that was the case anyway. They do a great one on the Marvello label. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday, 1955, the biggest block tonight. So you got to be patient here. Let us continue here. Let's go to Dallas, Texas now. This time we fill a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This is the group's debut single. Came out on Leonard Chess's Chess label. The song co-written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Al Braggs. Of course, he would later record as Al TNT Braggs. Had some cool soul records later on in his career, but first he was the lead singer of this group called the Five Notes. And this is from December of 1955 by request for Gordy Freeman. The Five Notes on Chess Records. It's called Show Me the Way. Here you go, Gordy, for you. The Five Notes.
Whoa. I hear the bells are ringing. I can hear the angels singing. My darling has left me. Oh, heaven help me. I need someone to show me the way.
Yeah, they like that one there in the YouTube chat room. That is the sound of the five notes there. The five notes on the Chess record label from December 1955, song entitled "Show Me the Way," going out to listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat. And that's Al TNT Braggs on lead. Now, this group also recorded as the Five Stars, if you have the 45, on the Blues Boy Kingdom label, and also the Five Masks on the Jan label. Now, I mentioned again, Al TNT Braggs would go on for a solo career, actually beginning in 1958 for Don Robey's Peacock label, which was out of Houston, Texas. Let us continue here in the 1955 block. As we go back to Philadelphia, this time we fill a request for listener Anthony Russo in our YouTube chat room. And this is the only release for this group on Ivan Ballin's Gotham label. The group included Charles Jones, Donald Langston, or I should say Charles Jones and Donald Langston, who wrote this tune, Donald Lee, Carl Prater, and the lead singer on this, Vernon Fusel. Collectively, they were known as the Gazelles. Okay, what a name. Call me a gazelle. They must have been pretty fast. But anyway, from August 1955, going out to Anthony Russo in our YouTube chat. And here are the Gazelles with their tune called Honest on the Gotham label. Here you go, Anthony, for you. Okay, there you go. That one there going out to listener Anthony Russo in our YouTube chat. I bet you have that on a 78, Anthony. I bet you do. But those are the Gazelles from August 1955. That's on Ivan Ballin's Gotham Records out of Philadelphia. Song entitled Honest. Honest, Johnny G tries to play original vinyl. I have that one Ravel's quartet that was a reproductions. So anyway, it kind of bums me out. But let us continue here. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California now. Fill a request for listener Daniel Kubacki. This group formed while attending Fremont High School in Los Angeles, California. First recording as The Miracles on the Cash record label, but then they would sign with Bob Ross's Ardell record label, and their signature song, which I feature quite often here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, called The Way You Look Tonight, okay, which is a great record. Those are the Jaguars, but Daniel requested their first release on the Ardell record label, their first of 5. It features Sonny Chaney on lead from June of 1955. It's going out to Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat. And here are the Jaguars with I Wanted You. Here you go, Daniel, for you, the Jaguars.
I wanted you. I wanted you. I wanted you. You didn't care. You didn't care. You left me all alone and alone. There's my love found in my heart that our love would be true. All the time you knew, yet you left me sitting here thinking of you. He came along with dreams of happiness, hated you with such tenderness. You fell in love and we were through. Now I'm all alone thinking of you. He came along with dreams of happiness. He treated you with such tenderness. You fell in love. Then, darling, we were through. Now I'm all alone thinking of you. He came along with dreams of happiness, treated you with such tenderness. You fell in love and we were through. Now I'm all alone thinking of you. I wanted you. I wanted you. I wanted you.
Yeah, sounds of California here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And that one there going out to Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Jaguars, June 1955, released their first of 5. Well, I don't know how you say this. I guess you would pronounce it, it's Ardell, well, it's spelled Aardell, of course. They would later change the name to the letter R-Dell with later releases. But the Jaguars there, I Wanted You was the name of the tune. Sonny Chaney, the lead singer on that one. The group would go on to have other releases. They recorded for other labels, Ebb Records, Original Sound Records, and Rendezvous Records. Lots of nice records by this group, the Jaguars. There you go, Daniel Kubacki. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and hold on a second, Charlene again messing me up. Let me see. Hold on, I got to go back to my request file here, and let's see. Who did I play this flip side for last week? Hold on here. Richard Berry. No. Oh, God. Hold on, folks. I apologize for this. Hold on, folks. Here. 21, 1955. Hold on. 53. Would have avoided all this here. Who did I play this for? Don't even see it here. Oh my. I'm trying to find out who I played the flip of this record for last week. Okay. So. Damn. Excuse me, folks. This is real. Here we go. Davy Hecht. I'm sorry, folks, for that. We continue here on the Vinyltreasure show. We stay in Philadelphia. No, we go back to Philadelphia. This is actually a flip side request that Johnny G selected. And actually, so last week I played The Dreamers from 1955 on the Roland label. The song was called... the song was called No Man is an Island. I can't remember since I got COVID, folks. I've been losing my mind. But I asked for a little bit of information here when I do the show, and I don't get it. But anyway, that was for Davy Heck. But we're going to hear the flip side of this record. And I have to correct myself because I gave the wrong story last week on how the second press came about. I think one of my listeners who requested this, Davey, said he paid $3 for the record in Times Square Records when he bought it back in the day. I paid $20 for that second press from Chris Ciccone. He sold it to me, but I was contacted by the person that really got the second presses out, and that was a young record collector by the name of Don Folletti. Really a genius mind that he had. So one day he's looking at the trade papers, okay, and he sees in the paper about a story. Well, I should say, let me read this right. Let me get this right. He was looking in a copy of Billboard, okay, the buying guide, okay, browsing through it in the listing. Okay, and there was an ad for Roland Records. So maybe, I'm sure he knew about this record. So he was able to find a phone number, and he called, and he spoke to the label owner. Okay, and his name was Leonard Rosen. Okay, he owned a record store, and he was also owner of a few other labels, like Cedar Grove, I think, was one of the other ones. And I don't know in how Don would speak to the label owner if he had any extra copies of the record, but he had original stampers and labels, and he had them pressed up. It was an interesting thing, and that's how that second press came about in early 1960 or so. So that's how those records came about, and I guess you can get it in Times Square if they were selling them at $3. And listen, $3 was probably a lot of money back in the day, but they looked just like the originals, but not quite. But anyway, but that is the story behind the record. So thank you, Don, for that information. But we're going to play the flip side of the 45 from 1955. Here are the Dreamers on the Roland label, and it features Kent Peeler on lead. These are the Dreamers with their tune called Melba, a bonus track. Here you go, folks. Yeah, sounds of 1955 here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That is a bonus track. Those are the Dreamers at high falsetto. There is Kent Peeler. Kent Peeler. That's on the Roland record label. The song is called Melba. I don't know. You know any girls named Melba? The closest thing I know of Melba is Melba Toast. Do you know Melba Toast? I remember I used to have those when I was not feeling well with some hot tea. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here for a Saturday evening. I'll be back tomorrow night beginning at 9 p.m. right here. We'll pick up where we left off in we're going to go to 1957 here. We're getting close. 55 is the biggest block, but we are in the year 1955. Fill a request now for listener Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. Now, this group included Leonard Lucky. Wait a minute. This is a self-contained group, okay? Which means they played their own instruments and also did their own vocals. It included Leonard Lucky Enois. Wait, how do you pronounce this? Enois. Enois. I don't know how to pronounce that. He was the guitarist of the group. Brooks Lewis, bass. Eddie Saunders, sax. Jimmy Waters, tenor, and the lead singer on this, his name is Walter Spriggs. This group is out of Chicago. Okay, previously, I should say Walter Spriggs was from Chicago, okay? And he was previously in a group called the Five Echoes on the Sabre label. And this group had 2 releases on Jerry Blaine's Josie label out of New York City. This was their first. And they were known as the Kansas City Tomcats. We get that. But this is on Jerry Blaine's Josie label. This is from October 55, and it's for Big Dave Swinger in our chat room. The Kansas City Tomcats with Nobody Knows. Here you go, Big Dave, for you.
I tried to give you everything. Nobody knows. Make you satisfied. It didn't mean a thing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how you treat poor me. I used to have a real good friend. Nobody knows. In the end, nobody knows. Nobody knows how you treat poor me. You said you loved me, would always care. But I found out you played unfair. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how you treat poor me. You go around the friends I know, and act just like a clown. I have to put you down. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how you treat poor me.
Okay, there you go. That one there going out to Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat. It's possible that the other group members were from Kansas City, I would think. Maybe the lead on that, Walter Spriggs, maybe he moved down to Kansas City for a while. I don't know, but how do they end up on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee label? is another thing. But anyway, that is the first of two on Josie Records for the Kansas City Tomcats. That's going out to Big Dave Swinger in the chat. October 55, Nobody Knows. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. You know that song? Anyway, let us continue here. 1956 now. We go into 1956. Let's fill a request for listener Jim Lampley in Texas. This group, well, actually, it's led by a band leader. His name is Jan Ray. It's the Jan Ray Quartet. And this is on Saul Rabinowitz's Baton Records out of New York City. They had 2 releases on the label. This is their second. And it says on the label featuring, let me just double check. It's featuring Lily Ann on the vocal. Okay. And Lily Ann, her real name is Lillian Kaufman. Okay, she also recorded as, I think, Lillian Carroll or Lily Ann Carroll. And she was born in Newark, New Jersey. And she was she first sang back in 1939 as with Louis Prima's orchestra. She was a vocalist for Louis Prima and his orchestra. And she also had solo releases on Signature and RCA and Mercury in the late 1940s. And she would perform with her husband, saxophonist and singer Joe Barone. But here she is on the vocals here from January 56 by request for Jim Lampley. It's the Jan Ray Quartet featuring Lily Ann. It's called You Fool. This is on Baton. Here you go, Jim, for you. Scratchy.
Gazoo, 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 gazoo. You fool.
Don't you know the score?
Gazoo,
She doesn't love you anymore. It's time you knew, you fool.
you fool, you fool. Get wise. Open up.
Your eyes. Wake up your dreams and realize you broke her heart, you fool. Don't her kisses tell you she doesn't care?
Her eyes have a distant look. She looks at you like you're not even there.
You're like an empty page in a book. You
fool.
once you love you so.
Gazoo,
You'd be a
Gazoo.
fool to let her go. Go win her back, you fool. Well, don't her kisses tell you she doesn't care? Her eyes have a distant look. She looks at you like you're not even there. You're like an empty page in a book.
You fool.
Once she loved you so.
You'd be a fool to let her go. Go win her back.
You fool.
You fool. You fool. Go win her back. You fool.
There you go, Jim Lampley in Texas. That is the Jan Ray Quartet with a song called "You Fool." Was this the same one the Rolettes did on the Class label? Possibly, I don't know. Possibly, I don't know. I didn't check the writers. January 1956. That is with Lily Lily Ann. I was getting confused with Lily Carroll. Lily Ann on lead. That's on Baton Records. You know what I need on Baton that I couldn't find? I was kind of disappointed I didn't find it in the collection. The New Tones. You have that record? Read The New Tones on Baton? I'm looking for that record. That's a great record. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's go to a bonus track here. This is the flip side from last week. I featured Marie Knight last week with her second of 3 on the Mercury label. The side I played, the ballad side called Look at Me. And the uncredited group backing her up with the Griffins. They're backing her up on the flip side, which is up-tempo. Let's see. This tune written by Titus Turner also, right? Yes, it is. Titus Turner wrote this, but I don't think he recorded this. I think it's just for her. This is from September of 1956. Marie Knight and the Uncredited Griffins, a bonus track here on Mercury. It's called Grasshopper Baby. Here you go, Marie Knight, a bonus track.
Hoppity hop. Hoppity hop. Hoppity hop.
My little boy,
Hoppity hop.
he wears a crown.
Hoppity hop.
He's the friskiest little boy in the town. He's a grasshopper, grasshopper. Will you settle down? My baby is a grasshopper, hopping all over town. Friskiest little guy in the land. Glad he's silly. He's my man. He's a grasshopper, grasshopper. Can't stand still long. He can rock and roll, rock through a telephone. Look at him there, nose in the air, trying to be silly. I don't care. He's a grasshopper, grasshopper, just from the farm. And you jump for joy, baby, I'll be around. Thinks he's a ditty. Oh, what a pity. Trying to be so ditty. Here in the city, he's a grasshopper, grasshopper. Just left the farm. Don't stop, stopping, hopping, hop right in my arm. Yes, he's a grasshopper daddy, hopping all around the town. Yes, he's a grasshopper daddy, hopping all over town. You my grasshopper baby, you own this town.
That's a bonus track there by Marie Knight. Marie Knight on the Mercury record label from September of 1956 with the uncredited Griffins backing her up. Grasshopper Baby is the name of the tune. I think the first presses of this are on the Maroon label. Do you believe it? That was a record I got in a trade with Dan Romanello. Was a trade with that record, and won't go into that. But anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are in the 1956 block. Let's fill a request for listener Mnon for the later Orioles. Okay, Sonny Till and the Orioles. Okay, they really were the cornerstone of rhythm and blues, early rhythm and blues vocal group style. They were. Many of the groups kind of emulated themselves by the Orioles, the early style. So many great recordings for the Jubilee label. But when they left Jubilee, they kind of changed their style a little bit. And I think some of the old-time collectors were not happy with it. Maybe VJ didn't really know what to do with the Orioles, it was different. Because you're talking about like the mid-1950s now. I mean, they were around for a long, long time recording for Jubilee Records. So they wanted, I guess, to appeal to a new audience, so they would change their style. And it's probably evidenced in this song here, which is actually a B-side of the 45. The A-side I have featured here before was called Happy Till the Letter, which does feature Sonny Till on lead, and it mentions on the flip side that Sonny Till is the lead singer, but it's not, okay? The lead singer on the flip side is Albert Diz Russell, who also gets the writer credit on this. It's their first of three on Vivian Carter's VJ Records out of Chicago from May 1956, going out to Emnon. Here are the Orioles on VJ, and it's called I Just Got Lucky. Here you go, Emnon, for you, the Orioles.
Well, I just got lucky and I feel so good today. Oh, well, I just got lucky and I feel so good today. And when I find my baby, we'll be on our merry way. Oh, pretty baby, where have you been? Oh, pretty baby, where have you been? Well, your daddy's been so lonesome, and he's so tired of being alone. When my baby left me, my world came tumbling down. Things got tougher and I had to leave this town. I just got lucky and I feel so good today. And when I find my baby, we'll be on our merry way. We're gonna buy a cabin cruiser, travel all around. We'll take the biggest cities, turn them upside down. 'Cause I just got lucky and I feel so good today. And when I find my baby, we'll be on our merry way. Me and my baby down the road. Me and my baby in Cadillac car. Me and my baby now. Me and my baby in a Jaguar.
There you go. We'll call it a B-side here, but listen, everybody's saying it does have a little bit of a Speedo sound to it. Although when did Speedo come out? Late 55, possibly. This is November 1950. May 1956. Those are the Orioles, and not with Sonny Till on lead. It's Albert Diz Russell. He's the lead singer. He also wrote the tune. That is their first of three on VJ Records. I Just Got Lucky. Maybe he won a bet, okay, in the NCAA finals. Maybe he did that. I don't know. Anyway, let us continue here. Let's fill a request for Timbo C. Where's Timbo C? He requested this singer from Rosemark, Tennessee. His real name, Robert Calvin Brooks. Okay, but he recorded as Bobby Bland. He's Bobby Blue Bland on this one. Charlene doesn't have what number this is. I'm going to go check it myself here. They're from November 1956. Okay, Timbo C. Bobby Blue Bland on Duke Records. And Don Roby gets writing credit on here. Yes, he does. This is with the Bill This is with the Bill Harvey's band backing him up. From November 56, it's called I Don't Believe. Here you go for Timbo C, Bobby Blue Bland.
I don't believe you'd let me down. I don't believe you'd let me down. Yes, when I needed you, baby, honey, you was always around. I don't believe you got somebody else. I don't believe you got somebody else. Well, if you didn't want me, baby, honey, you would left me on the shelf. Oh, when I was hungry, you gave me food, treated me like a king. You never was rude. You bought me clothes, the best in town. No matter what happened, babe, I was always around. I don't believe you'd let me down. Yes, when I needed you, baby, honey, you was always around. I don't believe you'd let me down. I don't believe you'd let me down. No, when I want you, baby, honey, you was always around.
Well, there you go. That's for Timbo C. Okay, where is Timbo C? Because this record got a copyright issue first time. I was clear until this. The last one was the Screamin' Jay Hawkins, which got the show to get. We lost the chat with that, but I don't know. It should be okay with him. I don't think they make me remove the song, but they recognize this. The AI, okay, the AI. The AI police, will call them. But there you go, Bobby Blue Bland. That was his 6th of 56 releases on Don Robey's Duke record label, November 1956. I Don't Believe is the name of the tune. There you go. That's a cool tune, I gotta say, really. Let us continue. We are in the 1956 block. Let's fill a request now for listener Chris Reed. Okay, this is an early Four Tops record. You know the Four Tops? They're recorded for the Motown label. Well, believe it or not, they were recording in late 1955, and this one is from April of 1956. This, of course, the same group had those big hits on the Motown label. They first backed up Carolyn Hayes on the Chateau label. That was in April of 55. And one of the Detroit sites said they have a release in 56 on the Grady label as the Four Ames. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that could be right. I've never seen the record. But they did sign with Leonard Chess for one release, and it features 19-year-old Levi Stubbs on lead. And he's singing in his natural baritone voice. And this is by request for Chris Reed, April 1956, early Four Tops here on Chess. It's called Could It Be You. Here you go, Chris, for you, the Four Tops.
Looking, trying my best to find some little girl who will share this love of mine. Could it be you, Mary Lou? Could it be you, Susan May? Could it be you, Lucille? Could it be you, Maybelline? Could it be you, honey child, who will share this love of mine? She must be willing and able to love me right in the middle of the day and all times of night. She must love me long, love me strong, until my heart beats the tune like a bell, ding dong. Could it be you who share this love of mine? Every minute of the hour and every hour of the day and every day of the week and every week of the month and every month of the year. And baby, look here, I need your love year after year. Could it be you, Dolores? Could it be you? Could it be you, Gloria? Could it be you? Could it be you, Chiquita? Could it be you? Could it be you, Colita? Could it be you? You, honey child, who will share this love of mine. She must be willing and able to love me right in the middle of the day and all times of night. She must love me long, love me strong, until my heart rings the tune like a bell, ding dong. Could it be you who share this love of mine? Could it be you, Dolores? Could it be you? Could it be you, Gloria? Could it be you? Could it be you, Chiquita? Could it be you? Could it be you, Colita? Could it be you? You are the child who will share this love of mine.
April 1956 release there for the early Four Tops. Levi Stubbs on lead, the Four Tops there on Chess Records, Could It Be You? And that one there going out to listener Chris Reed. They have other releases too, by the way. On interesting, I should play some of those here. Or maybe there'll be some bonus tracks that we'll do, like, well, in the future here. But anyway, let us continue now. We are in the, actually two more from the year 1956 as we fill a request now for listener John Engstrom. Now, he requested Brenda Lee. Okay, so Charlene had questions on this, okay, because she was getting conflicting information and I know that Charlene knew that this was not Brenda Lee that recorded for the Decca label and did, Sweet Nothings and all those Decca pop hits. No, it was not. Although the internet was saying that this was Brenda Lee Jones. No way. No way. Brenda Lee Jones of Dean and Jean fame? I don't think so. This is prior to that. This is a Brenda Lee. I don't know where she potentially is from. Okay, but it's not any of those Brenda Lees, but it's a cool record. This is on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. This tune written by Bill Campbell. This was released in March of 1956. I don't know if there's a group on the flip side. I'll probably play it next week, but I don't think on this side. But John Engstrom doesn't have this record. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe It's not available. We're going to hear it here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Brenda Lee is her name on Apollo Records. It's called If I Ever Get Rich Again. This is going out to John Engstrom. This is Brenda Lee from March 1956. Here you go, John, for you.
If I ever get rich again, ooh, child, I won't get poor no more. If I ever get rich again, ooh, child, I won't get poor no more. 'Cause I've never been treated so bad.
There you go. That is Brenda Lee. Reed, where are you getting that information? Do me a favor. When was Brenda Lee Jones born? Find that date for me. That would be interesting to see. I don't think so. Reed thinks it's her. I don't think it is. Okay. I want to see Reed. I want some information on that. It's definitely not Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, Brenda Lee Buster. That is not her. Let me see here. Brenda Lee Jones was backed by the vocal tones. Really? On the flip side, wasn't she from the Midwest though, Reed? I mean, I could understand the vocal tones backing her up on this possibly, but on the flip side. But I don't know. I have to look more into this because I don't I don't know. If somebody has some information on this, I really need to see it, and then we will correct it here, because when I play the flip side next week, okay, we will do that. But there you go, March 1956. Her name is Brenda Lee on Apollo Records, If I Ever Get Rich Again. I don't know. I don't think it sounds like her. Okay, for her to go all the way into the mid 1960s, she sounds like an older gal. February 1938, 48. It doesn't sound like a 16-year-old girl. It just doesn't to me. I mean, maybe it was. I don't know. Different singer. I think it's different, okay? She would have been 18, maybe. I don't know. This came recorded before March of 56. So this might have even been, this even sounds earlier than that to me. So I got to check the matrix number on that, but just to see. But I don't think it's that Brenda Lee Jones. I don't think so. She became, well, Frank says it is. Okay. I mean, I saw that. Remember, Brenda Lee was over the hill at 18. Wait, what does that mean? Anyway, that's for John Engstrom there, okay, John? Either way, we're going to divulge into this a little bit more. So I want to see I want some concrete evidence on this. I just don't take what people say. I want evidence, okay? Because if I'm wrong, I will announce that I'm wrong. I definitely will do that. March 56 for John Engstrom, Brenda Lee with If I Ever Get Rich Again. I doubt that. That's on the Apollo record label, Best Bermans, as we continue here. And this is a bonus track here that Johnny G added. I was looking for a record for Amy King, and I couldn't find one. She sent me a list much later. So I hope, Amy, you got something in there from 58 or later. Well, I think I have one for you tomorrow. But this is the replacement record that I put in where I was supposed to play one for Amy. As we go back to Chicago, I featured this group. Was it last week or the week before? I played their other one as a bonus track, but this they recorded two for Frank Evans' Ping label, and this is their first release. Okay, the group is called the Debonaires, DE''Bonairs. Okay, and this features Ralph Johnson on lead from November of 1956. Let's give it a spin. We heard a different girls' names earlier, right? We heard from Melba. I think there was somebody else. But this girl's name is Linda, actually Lanky Linda, from November 56, the Debonaires on Ping with Lanky Linda, a bonus track. Here you go, folks.
Linda, 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 Lou, Linda, 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 I love you, Linda, 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 Lou.
Like Linda,
Bidoo, bidoo,
she's slim and tall.
bidoo, bidoo, bidoo,
Like Linda,
bidoo, bidoo.
she's a real gone doll. Her waistline is small, she's still all around. On the dance floor, she really goes to town. Like Linda, you made me fall. Like Linda, got pretty eyes. Like Linda, she's a choicey bride. She's stacked up deep from her head to her feet. Everybody says she's my little treat. Like Linda, you might all man.
Her lips are cute, sweet as jam to kiss. Her heart is warm, you know that I can't resist.
Like Linda, you made me fall. Like Linda, as you recall. You made my follow through. In return, I'll be loving you. Like Linda, as you recall. Linda, I love you most of all.
Okay, there you go, folks. That is a bonus track. I bought that record. It's got some label stain on it. And I don't see that record around, really. I think I've seen some 78s of that, though. I bought that from Mike and Carol Demersion from Massachusetts. They're no longer with us, but November 1956. That's Ralph Johnson on lead, the Debonaires on Ping, Lanky Linda, and they are there are other groups that recorded as the Debonaires, but they have one more release on B&F Records out of Chicago. I think that's this group. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you are new to this program, I hope you would consider subscribing to Johnny G's YouTube page as we continue to grow this show. I will be back tomorrow evening beginning at 9 p.m. We'll pick up with the 1958. We're going to get into 1957 with this next record here. And then if you do have a request for a future Vinyl Treasure show, email Johnny G at vinyltreasures@aol.com. And we'll pick it up with 58 for tomorrow. But we are in 1957. Let's fill a request now for Frank and Jerry Gingaro in our YouTube chat. And we go to Jerry Winston's Onyx record label for the debut single for this group. It's with Sammy Lowe and the orchestra. The group is called the Impressors. Okay, the Impressors, great two-sided 45, came out in October of 57. This one, I have a promo copy of this. I also have a whipped stock copy. Here are the Impressors on Onyx with No, 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 going out to Frank and Jerry Gingaro. Here you go.
No, 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 no.
I'm loving you. No, no, no. I guess I'm loving you. Oh, yeah. Stay the girl of my dreams. Day after day, I hear myself saying that to the girl for which I was praying. I know it's true. I could live my life through with my heart full of love for you. I'm loving you. No, no, no. I guess I'm wanting you. Oh, yeah. Stay the girl of my dreams. Day after day, I hear myself saying that to the girl for which I was praying. I know it's true. I could live my life with my heart full of love for you. I'm loving you. No, no, no. I guess I'm wanting you. Oh, yeah. Stay the girl of my dreams. No, no, no.
Yeah, that's a great sound. I like that record. I think it's a cool tune. That one there going out to Frank and Jerry Gingaro in our YouTube chat from October 1957. That's the debut single for the Impressors on Jerry Winston's Onyx Records. No, no, no. They had other recordings for the Onyx label, but Jerry Winston would end up with Cub Records or Orbit Records. He was supposed to kind of manage that label, so all the masters ended up on Orbit, aka Cub, and they released their second single, which is another cool tune that they do. But that one there going out to Frank Gingaro. Frank is the co-host with his partner Gordon Skagberg to the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. And you can hear Frank tomorrow. He has the first hour live on WRHU-FM 88.7. That's out of Hofstra University. The Rhythm and Blues Serenade beginning at 3 p.m., 3 to 5 on Sundays. And they'll be live tomorrow. Frank will have the first hour. You can tune in on the internet at WRHU.org. And the show was excellent last week. I tuned into the program last week. And you should tune in this coming week. They play... Frank and Gordon play similar music on their program, and 78s too. Frank plays original vinyl, so does Gordon. So they play the real records. There's not many shows that do this, folks, and they've been on for many, many years, 36 years, I think, Frankie told me. But tune into the program, the Rhythm and Blues Serenade with Frank Gingaro and Gordon Skagberg. That's tomorrow at 3. Let us continue here. Let's fill a request now for Joe Shacatano. Who's going to hear this on the archive as we go to Sid Nathan's King label. Okay, let me just read the information I have on this. Okay, I don't think it's his. It's not right. So this. Okay, it's this singer, his name is Jerry Dorn. Now, I have a bio promo on this. It seems pretty interesting here. So let me read what it says. It says, and this is on Sid Nathan's King label. It says, Jerry Dorn's story is one of hardships and hard knocks. When he was only 11 weeks old, he contracted polio and suffered with the dreaded illness until he was 16, when after several operations, he was completely cured. Okay. With no ill effects. When he was in high school, his father died, and he had to quit school to support his family. Through all his troubles, Jerry came through in top-notch style. I'm telling you, I can't see. When I go to the doctor, I got to get my cataracts fixed. Now, the other side says, with his initial waxing of Wishing Well, which was his first. Charlene says this is his first. It's not the case. With his initial waxing of Wishing Well, Jerry Dorn has been causing a sensation in the recorded field. As a result of Wishing Well, his popularity has soared, and demand for fan clubs has been overwhelming. A native New Yorker, Jerry has the voice, drive, and power to make him a big success in the musical world, and if present indications continue, he will be on top very shortly. Now, this is a cool two-sided record now. Okay, so it's not his first, so I'm guessing it's his either second. Well, it's got to be his second or third, because he's got three here. Charlene's got the first. It's not right. But because Wishing Well was his first. But this is a great two-sided it's a cool record. I wouldn't say call it the great thing, but it's nice. Okay, and of course I collect this label, so there you go. But anyway, this is from March '57, and the uncredited vocal group in the background are the Hurricanes. Okay, Hurricanes that also recorded for Sid Nathan's King label. So let's go to March '57 for listener Joe Shacatano. Here is Jerry Dorn and the uncredited Hurricanes on King Records, and the song is called The Key. Here you go, Joe, for you, Jerry Dorn.
You are the key that opened the door leading to heaven, never opened before. You are the key that closed every door, each door leading to heartache that will open no more. Now that you're mine, my heart will always be true. Locked for all time.
key that opened my eyes. You are to me the key to
Okay, there you go. That one there going out to listener Joe Shacatano. Those are, well, actually, that is Jerry Dorn. Jerry Dorn from March 57 on Sid Nathan's King label. The Key is the name of the tune. Those are the Hurricanes backing him up. Let's fill a request now for a listener, Ben Warfield. Now, if you were listening to Alan Freed in around 1957 in July, here's a tune he would have featured. Well, he featured, okay, came out on George Gollner's G record label. This was the follow-up to Miracle of Love, okay, and I don't think the Teenagers are on this. I think they just added that on because I think by the time this record came out, he kind of separated from the Teenagers. I showed you one there with Frankie Lyman not mentioning the Teenagers, and this one with the Teenagers. It's from January 57. This is for listener Ben Warfield. Frankie Lyman, this one says with the Teenagers on G Records, and his hit called Goody Goody. Here you go, Ben, for you, Frankie Lyman. Hits here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Well, the AI police, they found that one. They came out instantaneously. That's January 57. Frankie Lyman, not the Teenagers, backing him up with that, although they put credit on that, so they figured the Teenagers are like, oh, the Teenagers' new record came out. That's on George Gollner's G record label. A song entitled Goody Goody. Anyway, Johnny G's your Goody Goody DJ, and I'm even going to play 2 records, I think, to close out the show here, and or maybe 3. We'll see, because I've babbled on too much. But anyway, let's go to Philadelphia now. Fill a request for listener Jack Saperstein, and this group recording originally as the Eddie Carter Quartet back in 1953 for MGM Records. Okay, but they also recorded on other labels, Grand, Jubilee, and Sound. But in 1957, they ended up on George Gollner's Gone label. For the first press of this, Charlene, I don't know if the dates are the same, but I'm playing it on Gone. She didn't know. She just copied the lyric side. So I would have to check Ferdy Gonzalez for sure. Maybe he just has 57 on one of them, but I think he does. I think he doesn't say July. Well, anyway, the more expensive record is the lyric release, okay, which I think is the second, but originally came out on Gone Records, okay? So I think what happened was possibly that in Philadelphia it came out on lyric, something like that. I think that was how it was. Okay, but Gone is the true first press, according to Louis Silvani. It features Harold Cade on lead, and he was the drummer. He was the drummer of the group. This is from June of 1957, and this is going out to listener Jack Saperstein in New Jersey. And he had this record, too, the Carterets on lyric. It's called My Secret Love. Here you go, Jack, for you, the Carterets. June 1957 release there for the Carterets, ever so slightly off center for that one. I normally play the lyric release, but Jack asked for specifically for the record he owned on Gone Records, George Goldner's Gone Records. The Carterets there, My Secret Love. What a great tune that is for Jack Saperstein in New Jersey. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyltreasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 45s out of my collection. If you want to send in a request for a future show like tomorrow, you can email Johnny G at vinyltreasures@aol.com. We'll pick up with 1958, although I had two records here from 57, so maybe I had a tribute record, but it's getting too late. I don't want to continue anymore. I need some, I can add it in tomorrow in the beginning of the program, so we'll do that tomorrow. But I want to thank everybody for tuning into the program this evening. Thank you, Charlene, for all your help. And again, if you are new to the program, please consider subscribing to Johnny G's YouTube channel. As we got 4,000 subscribers, over last week. So I want to thank everybody for that, and thank you all for your emails and your correspondence. We will see, I hopefully will see you tomorrow evening, okay? I will not be on Sunday, Easter Sunday, but I think I'm going to do the show on Monday evening at 9 o'clock. I think I'm going to move that show then, so you'll be able to see the show there if you're going to be around. I don't know, but anyway, if not, you're going to see it on the archive. But anyway, so we're going to close the show with a request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. And this is this group, they formed while they were attending Industrial Arts High School in Manhattan, okay? And they made their debut in 1956 on Morty Craft's Melba label, okay? They followed it up with this release on B. Caslin's Hull label, and it features the high falsetto lead of Marshall Samples. Marshall Samples, he's the lead singer. This is from November of 1957. Our closer tonight is by the Legends. The Legends on the Hull label. The song is called Legend of Love, and this is going out to listener Adrian Viterbo in our chat room. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you all for being here. I hope to see you tomorrow evening right here on YouTube. We will not be on Oldies and More, only on YouTube tomorrow. If not, we'll see you on the archive. Just want to say, everybody, so long. Take care. Here you go, Adrian, for you. The Legends with the Legend or Legend of Love. Here you go.
Oh, my darling, will you listen? Listen to this legend of love. Legend of love. It happened with two, a boy and a girl, and as far as they knew, love was rare like a pearl. They met and they wandered, boy, oh boy, and a girl. Then down road to love and to joy. Looked at each other, how it fell from above. The arrows of Cupid and the meaning of love. Yes, the arrows of Cupid and the meaning of love. Darling, we could be so happy if you just take love's advice. Yes, darling, we can find love together in God's paradise. Your love is real, yay, yay, but so far above. So it is, so it shall always be. Just a legend of love. Yes, darling, just a legend of love.